Mîcêt tipiskâwi-pîsimak, a Swampy Cree phrase meaning many moons in English, is the name of a group of 5 artists with pieces on display in the exhibition maada'ookii. The pieces were made during the group's mentorship, where they were able to set aside time to gather online and learn from one another's art practice. Each piece seems to be the product of a strong sense of duality and reciprocity between individual and community. In other words, a sense of self that comes from the healthy sharing process described by the Anishinaabe exhibition title, maada'ookii. This piece, titled Sud, is part of a series of 4-wall hangings by Tesserae Houston. They use mîcêt words throughout their art practice to help relearn their family's language. As one of the youngest members of the group, Houston's work seems to really reflect the radical growth and understanding about oneself that can come from learning through a mentorship. This next piece, called Clouds, was created by Lita Fontaine, the group's mentor. She made this piece when a family member learned they had cancer, and she had to reevaluate and give herself time to puzzle her way through this new reality. The final product seems to reflect the mesmerizing beauty and processes of self-care, and almost gives the impression that allowing space and time for one to care for themselves is essential to caring for others. This is part of a piece in progress by Frances Cooper, which will be a drum bag for her daughter. Frances mentioned that growth is cyclical and layered as opposed to linear, much like these carefully stitched rings that almost resemble the lines of a continually present history of growth in a tree trunk. This piece is very close to notions of the drum, the heart, and the voice, showing an essential nature of being true to oneself. This next piece by Christy shows a landscape from her childhood, and she's incorporated some beautiful beadwork in a circle to show that she wants to take care of this land for future generations. This final piece by Annie shows, again, that essential connection between all living things. I really like how the circle motif ties into the eyes in Annie's piece Dudum. It almost gives a sense that cyclical health and caring for your community is a large part of how we see ourselves. Thank you for taking the time to look through this part of the exhibition. We'll have some more content about maada'ookii to come, including the rest of the pieces from these series. You can check out the live artist panel on YouTube, in which you can hear about these pieces from the artists themselves.